There we go. Just a little bit overloaded, not bad. Let's head on down the mountain. Bounce on down the mountain, something like that. Feels like we're flying. We're going like 23 miles an hour. But this is a lot of weight to be moving 20 miles an hour. Alright, we got a nice good mix here. I want to make sure I got this storage just cleared out before I dump more in here. Also want to get some kind of like stairs and stuff set up. That clear, that clear, that clear. Alright, perfect. So I did make a couple changes. Basically, I was doing some testing. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, it doesn't seem like the splitter always splits. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it. This coil roller will take in stuff, but then it doesn't kick out stuff until it gets more stuff in. So just be aware of that. It's behaving a little strangely. So I just extended this so all the storages are lined up together. Got tired of running back and forth. Need to get some infrastructure around that so I can not have to hop everywhere. Alright, this guy should be turned on. And yeah, it's ready to accept stuff, so let's start dumping. Move my view over this way. So we can see the plant come to life. I think there's like certain minimums, so sometimes it seems like stuff doesn't work if you're testing with small amounts. Here it goes. Making coils. You see, watch, as soon as another box comes in, it starts pushing the coil, it goes through. I don't know. Maybe it's just an animation timing thing. But I was trying to test because I didn't think the splitter was working, so I was sending like 10 ore through at a time. And I think with the loss that it does, it was just too little to make it do some things. Here it goes. Happy little plant is processing away. While we're down here, we could set up at least some stairs. The stuff moved down. You run over and see what I got. I may have all my other stuff up at the other box. Oh, I need to get the concrete kicked off. Oh, I got a stair over here. So we can get a stair. That's really all I need right now. I'm going to do some other stuff. Oh, and I think I was painting that stuff. Was I painting it yellow fire? Yeah. Paint that. I may do some kind of like catwalk over the whole thing at some point, but for now I just want to get some stairs over here. Snap build. Oh, right. Those things are not in the center. I always forget about that. Yeah, maybe I will do yellow, because I know this kind of matches that a little better, but it doesn't necessarily matter. Yeah, see, those are yellow. I think I'll do that color. Just regular yellow. Let's see, we'll put you back in there. And I'm gonna, well, I guess I'll keep that in case I need it. Purchase yellow, please. So nice having just basically unlimited money. Let me throw this in a container. That's what I meant to do. Just not even have to worry about buying paint or anything. Oh, I want some, I think some orange pylons over there. Oh, that's a sidewalk. Got it. There we go. And then we'll get some pylons up. Those are floating, aren't they? Man, the mouse control in this game is so coarse-grained. I don't know. I don't understand why it's that way, but I want to just pop it up a little bit, and it won't pop up a little bit. It's like all or nothing. Oh, there we go. That's about right. Put you over here. Okay. I don't want it in the concrete, but I don't want it hovering over the concrete either, so. Is that too busy? Let's just do one. This kind of stuff I usually do off camera because everybody's asleep right now. That, and I'll get one over there. Perfect. All right, now I got my little stairway down. So with that truckload, got 577 steel beams, 650 steel sheets, and I got a whole bunch of copper. Where'd the other stuff go? Wasn't there like lithium and all that in there? Where'd that stuff go? I've had that happen before where things disappear. Yeah. Somebody was mentioning that the metal sorter was deleting stuff. I hadn't seen that consistently. I was just testing this before I recorded, and it was going through, and it was making lithium and stuff fine, but yeah, maybe this thing's a little buggy. I need to do some more testing. Because the only thing we got out of that was copper. And we should have had the lithium and... Didn't we have some silicon? I forget now. Yeah, we had a bunch of lithium. We had almost 1,000 lithium, didn't we? Yeah, where'd my lithium go? Weird. Some kind of a bug happening somewhere. I don't see it spilled anywhere. I know when I was sending it through by itself, it seemed to work fine. Well. Yeah, we had like a little over 1,000 lithium ore, didn't we? It's just money. I'm going to buy some. So that should go through and come out over here. Yeah, get made into bars. So something somewhere is sometimes eating stuff. So that's not good, but I'm sure they'll get it fixed eventually. Maybe there's some kind of bug when it's mixed with, you know, it's like a mixed load with the truck. Maybe I need to run stuff through one at a time, so just dumping it in and going. Now it's coming through just fine. Alrighty, and then we got the silicon here to process silicon because it doesn't get processed because it needs the high temperature smelter, but the metal sorter does not sort out silicon. It sends it on through to the other one. Anywho, losses aside, we're still doing okay. Let me get the concrete kicked off so you guys don't think I forgot to do that. Okay, we're good there. No, we're not good there. We're pretty much out of cement. Well, shoot. Yeah, I should have split off some of that gravel I was making. Let me see if I used all the gravel that I've processed over here. I did. Okay, well, I might want to modify the plant up there so I could not send it through the froth floater if I want gravel for concrete. So I didn't forget about the concrete. I don't have enough stuff to build anything. I can build 5, so I'll build 5. There we go. I built 1. You go see how this stuff's doing. He's working away. All right, steel floors are done. Excellent. Add the beams and the sheets in there. Working on some walls for future possible projects. Alrighty, well, I'll get some gravel from up there because we've got stone for days now. There's no need to buy any more stone. So since I can make it myself, I'll be doing what I need to do to get some gravel down here. And I think from now on, I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to send the metals through one at a time because there does seem to be some losses somewhere. So I need to do some more testing. But that'll be it for this one, folks. Thanks as always for watching. Like I said at the beginning, there's going to be a lull because I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm going to be out of town for a week. And so there may be a few videos here and there for 2 weeks, but not much. I'll catch you on the other side. Take care. Howdy, folks. Ouch. Welcome back to Out of Ore. We're going to blast some rock. We're back here on the rock face. And I've been hitting it up with Spanfo and scraping the rock off. That's kind of how that works. If you're not familiar with it, we've got stone back in here, rock. I think it's called solid rock when you analyze it. And you can't really touch that with any tools. You have to blast it. So I use some explosives. You can kind of see the pockets here where it exploded, and then you get blasted rock. The blasted rock you can pick up with tools, like the scoop, and then you go process it in our new stone processing plant monstrosity thing. So that's what we're going to do this episode. We're just going to run some stone and see how that goes. Make sure the plant's working like it should. And I'm hoping to get this episode out on Monday. And then videos may slow down for a week or two because I've got just a lot of stuff going on IRL. I'm going to be out of town this coming weekend as I record this. And then in a week I'm going up to Chicago for work for a week. So I won't be able to record. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be back, but videos might be few and far between for a couple weeks. But I wanted to try to get at least one more Out of Ore video out. And I've been having fun just running rock and playing around with the smelting and whatnot. We need a few more things before it's fully automatic. Like we can't process certain things correctly without some kind of sorting. But I've got it set up to where everything pretty much comes through how I want it, except for aluminum blooms. I'll have to not redo, but make like another area to process those if I want to do something with them. But it's working pretty well. We'll run some stone here and do some blasting. And then we'll go take a look at the plant after we run a load down, let it process through. It's pretty much how it was the episode before last, but I've made a few tweaks to it. Whoa. Okay. Guess we're going to take the ceiling. It fell right in my shovel. That works. Cave-ins are a thing. They kind of just keep falling. Like you saw at the beginning, it fell right on my head. Couldn't have planned that out any better if I tried. Okay, so if I raise the bucket up a little bit, it'll fall in there. Well, let's, I guess, run some iron ore. Or, sorry, copper. This is copper, I think. Kind of lost track. Alright, so if we get back in here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, let's get some of the ceiling cleaned up, and then we're not brushing the cab against it. Maybe it won't be quite as prone to falling on me. Right, let's get the bucket down and then get back here-ish. Nope, not going to fall. Oh, there it goes. Right as I thought we were going to break through. Let's get some stone this time. Or blasted rock, whatever it's called. Yeah, I think it's actually called rock. So solid rock and then blasted rock. Been playing Space Engineers 2. It's called stone on there. Let's just take a look. So you can buy pretty much everything in the game. So if I look for stone, yeah, there's no stone. So it's rock. Blasted rock, crushed rock, it's solid rock. And then these are from the decoration DLC. Or decorative rocks you can put around. I really enjoy the decorative DLC. It's pretty darn cool. So I'm scooping up this blasted rock, and it'll eventually just not be able to scrape anymore, and that's when I'll know I'm back on the solid rock. Keep our bucket low, then the ceiling shouldn't fall in it. And the seam isn't exactly straight. This was about, I think it was about 8 sticks of ammo to get all that blasted. And then I cleaned up a bunch. It does sort of fall down. I'll try to get enough of this cleaned up we can do some more blasting and show you. I wasn't sure how it worked these days, so I went ahead and did some off camera. Just to see what I was dealing with. So I've played this game for quite a while, and it changes a lot as they develop it. Nope. Got a little ahead of myself. I think the info said it went back 6 meters. So we got a pretty decent chunk of basically fractured rock we can scoop out. Yeah, 6 meters. And then same for the info, 6 meters. So it tells you if it deletes material. So the Draymite is used for just getting rid of stuff. Most of the other explosives, if not all of them, other than the atomic, they'll just blast. And this was the cheapest. I thought 6 meters was fine. And then it says double diameter for rock fracturing. So it's going to blast out 6 meters. So in theory, we go back, 6 meters into the rock because it's a 6 meter diameter times 2. So 6 meter back in from where I put the ampha, which was kind of around the end of the concrete, roughly. Hope that makes sense. So we got a lot of rock to play with, bottom line. I got stuck. I'm really glad they fixed the fuel usage. I don't mind fueling up once in a while. That's nice. I'm fine with it being higher than the normal game mode too. It was just a little too much. About time to put down some more concrete. Whoa. Nope, nope. Mouse control is a little messed up there. You know what, real quick, let me just go check. I did turn this plant back on, right? Let's go have a little look-see. Make sure I'm not just dumping in here and just not doing anything. Yeah, alright, it's running. Is there giant piles of material anywhere? I kind of shored up some of the stuff. I redid that a little bit just so it doesn't clip through the top. Still not happy with that. I'd kind of like to redo that whole mess if I can figure out a better way to do it. Let's just go up here. We can get up, kind of see the whole thing here. Yeah, I don't see any big piles of material. The sell point is working. I don't know why it wasn't working last time. At least I'm pretty sure it is. When I was testing before I started recording, it was working fine. Here we go. Getting all kinds of stuff out of there. Even got a little bit of iron ore. Bunch of lithium. Cool. I need to keep an eye on that money. We're at 573. 573. We'll keep dumping more stone in there and see if it goes up. It should go up as it sells off the tailings. I'm running around like a chump. I could cheat. Let's go ahead and cheat. Alright, nice big old scoop. Should be mostly stone, so we'll dump this in a little bit we should see the money go up a bit. I wasn't paying any attention before. Let's take this scoop back, and then we'll get some more concrete floors down. Yeah, there it goes. Money's ticking up. Alright, so it's working. I don't know why it wasn't working that one time. I think that was last episode when I was building the plant. Maybe there wasn't enough material for it to tick up $1. Not sure. Alright, I need to get the wood blocks swamped with the concrete floors. Actually, I need to go make some more concrete floors, too. We are getting a little low. Something like that, and then we go out this way a bit. I need more concrete floors. I have to get some of those cooking. we go. That'll work. So yeah, a lot of rock from just 8 sticks of ammo. Alright, I'm gonna try to go straight in. Ah, there we go. I think we just hit solid rock. I was going to say, I was going to try to get to solid rock. I do believe we just made it. We can check with our tool here. Yeah, there we go. So once we get this all cleaned up, we'll do a little blasting. And you will get just like a little bit of solid rock on the interface. But for the most part, you can't dig it with a vehicle. You can dig it with the hand pickaxe. Whoa, easy there, physics. This thing bounces around a little too much. Alright, let's see if we can get some of this upper stuff. Try to get in here where I can see what I'm doing. Beautiful. I hit all the wrong keys trying to slow down. Alright, let's go a little more off this side. I got a little ambitious on the blast face there. That's why it's so wide, and we're way off to the left side. I do kind of want to just do the tunnel back in there, at least initially. So I should be able to just put like one ammo right here and keep the tunnel going. There we go, perfect. I think we actually got a bunch of, excuse me, solid rock off of that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so if we do one AMFO, right? Right there, that ought to be good. So anyway, I started blasting. There you go. Now we have blasted rock. A little bit of a cavity. That's like what fell out of the cavity, kind of. So it's pretty well done. I think we're in a pretty good place with the blasting right now. And it's been a while since I did blasting, so I don't know how long that's been that way. But I haven't really done much blasting since the Cocoa Puff days. Whee! It kind of has a conniption fit when the bucket's full and it's all the way down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little low and it picked up dirt underneath. Or iron ore, whatever it is. Alright, I think a couple more scoops and we'll go see what we can load in the truck and take down to the plant. I'll do a little plant tour of both plants. Did just a little bit of tweaking. I showed you some of that up here. Also did a few changes over on the loading ramp where the truck is parked, so I'll show that. Let's get one more scoop after this. This little thing is doing good work. Wonder what kind of wear we're seeing on the parts. All right, excellent. How are we looking on parts here? The wheels, I don't think do anything. Not too bad. The OEM sensor and the filter taking the most wear, and they're around 60, so that's not bad at all. Alright, this guy is out. I'll do the run up. And I need to remember when I'm back down at the other plant. Which direction is that? I always lose track. That would be south, right? Yeah, we're north of the initial start. Down at the south plant, I need to get some more concrete floors kicked off. Alright, how are we looking? You sent everything through. So you can see I've kind of shored up some areas. Just made it look a little more like it could actually sit here on stuff. And other than that monstrosity, I'm pretty happy with it. The loading ramp, I went ahead and extended it out a bit because I kept getting stuck when I'd hop out of the truck. So I just made that a little wider so I can get in and out easily enough. And we do have a little bit of material in the truck. Let's get some more in there. I think this is still on. Yeah, that's on, so we just need to put stuff in there. I want to get some steps up to here so I don't have to jump around like an idiot. Oh my goodness, we ended up with 1,000 lithium. Nice. So that's about 2,000 there. The truck will hold around 3,500. It's got a little bit of stuff in it. So let's take... Yeah, let's see if we can get this in the truck without massive overload. We'll see how that goes. How are we looking over here? Perfect. Some more wood floors. And I think we're probably good on that for now. We'll just kind of leave that. Be ready to craft when we need it. Let's see, beams and planks. Alright, you're filling up nicely. Well, that's going. I've been meaning to move these guys around a little bit. Oh man, the dozer's been spawning in and creating dirt again. Alright, the dozer, I think I'm just going to return it to inventory. Because every time you load a game, it spawns in dirt. It's just kind of annoying. I'm going to put him in the container. Suspend your disbelief even more than it was already suspended. We'll stick him over here until we need him again. Anything I need in here? Actually, I've got wood floors in there, so I can put those up. Don't use those a whole lot, but they're handy to have when I need them. Much extra coal there in case I need it. Getting there. Guess I need to roll this chunk of dirt out now. Is that the roller that's making dirt? Or is it just... I think it's just popping because its physics got activated. This thing has good lighting on it. Let's see if we can just pound all this back into the ground. Still waiting on ceilings to get done to finish this off. They're building down there in the crafting room. All right, let's start backing this stuff up. Someone has suggested, and I apologize, I forget the name, that I back stuff in here like against the retaining wall, and then the rest of the room is just for getting them in and out. I like that idea, so that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a little bit half-assed here till we get everything moved around. Bonk. This is such a long frame. I'm gonna put him down here on the end. When you put the parking brake on, you can't steer? What? You're weird, game. You're so weird. I'm not going to use this little guy too much, so we'll put him down here on the end. I don't think the parking brake stays on when you save and load. Keep it on anyway. Alright, the big guy, you're going to pretty much go over here by the front of the mine. So I need you kind of out towards the outside. Yeah, we'll get baby loader over here. He wants to be a big loader when he grows up. And yeah, I'm a little goofy. I have kids. Deal with it. Okay, apparently we're picking up dirt because reasons. Alright. Get every diesel engine going. Perfect. I think we're all good there. Alright, until we need this guy, we'll park him over here. I can get that a little straighter. There we go. Alright, how we looking, truck? Oh, you're not even overloaded. Look at you. You can take more. While we're going down, we might as well load you up. Let's throw some more iron ore in there. All right, I'm going to put a little break in here. We'll load up and we'll head down to the other plant.